Welcome, welcome. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're connected from. Please let us know if you can hear us. Hi, Alba. Welcome. How are you?
Good.
Awesome. Just checking that the sound is okay. If you can hear us, okay, please let us know.
You know, that little intro
Good.
music put me in a trance.
Really, trans is good. Yeah, I am testing a new system that is made for streaming. All good. That's Marlene Diaz. Thank you. Marlene is taking introspective hypnosis this week. It's
Cool.
good. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Marlene. Good. So, thank you for joining us. There's Susie. Welcome. Hi, Susie. Thank you again for joining us, Alba. This
And
time, we decided to do this in our my channel to give you some content in English because some people have made making comments that I've been put in contact in Spanish lately. What happened is I had an interview with Josie Diaz Canseco, well-known person in Peru, and that video had a lot of views and attracted a lot of followers. So I'm really happy that this is taking place. I can do this in English and Spanish. Tell me, Alba, how have you been? What have you been doing?
well, I just got back from a trip to the UK and Ireland, which was really cool. And while I was there, I did two gatherings, which were
Mm,
fantastic. The first gathering was sold out, so I had to do the next one the next day.
good.
And I got to tell you, when I was there, I was starting to get real excited about our upcoming workshops because
Mm-hmm.
you know everywhere you go, you have different personalities, you have different people, and I
Right.
really love the just the feeling when I'm around people from Europe, from the UK, from Ireland, that area. I really enjoy them. And, when we have a workshop in the Netherlands, we get to hang out with them for a week, and it's so much fun.
It's fun.
So
Yes.
that got me excited for our workshop and class that's coming up.
Yes, and we're here to talk about that. We'll talk about hypnosis, of course, to answer any questions you may have about our videos or some of the sessions that you found interesting. But before we do that, let's see. Susie is saying, "Hey guys," um, that's Anne. Thank you for joining us, Anne. Carlos, welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, we want to know where you're coming from. So just put in the comments where you're watching us from, because it's really interesting to see where you're
Right,
all watching from. There's Susie. Oh,
that's
look
good.
at that. This is a cool new system. I like it.
Very nice, precise. So I can show, for example, again when what Carlos was saying, I can show that. It's nice.
Yeah, and you can see the pictures, which is really
And you can
cool.
see the
It's
pictures.
nice to
Right,
see faces with the names.
right. And well, that's you and Marlene.
There we go.
Good. So while you get your questions ready, let me see. Marlene is connecting from New York, and Susie is connected from California.
Yeah.
Good.
And we have somebody from Miami here. Um, I know they've been getting a lot
Um,
of rain, which we need. So send
yeah,
it
that's
up
what I heard.
towards us, because, yeah, our grass is very crispy. So we need some of that water.
Good. Good. Hi from Miami. Would like to visit
Hmm.
you in Micanopy, Amonis. Good.
Hmm.
So, Alba, let's talk about the events that we have planned for so far for the rest of the year and the beginning of the next year. At least events together, right? I am currently teaching
Yeah.
introspective hypnosis. That should finish on Saturday. The next one should be in San Jose. We need more people for that course, San Jose. and then and then I go to Peru. There's a class in Peru in Spanish, and also a workshop in Cusco. But then we'll be together in the Netherlands. Let
Mm-hmm.
me show you the workshop right there. Okay, that is the 4-day transformational workshop, and this is gonna be in the Netherlands at Samaya. Beautiful place to do this. What would you like to say about that workshop, Alba?
Um, well, this workshop, the transformational workshop, we did it in Maryland, and that workshop is really teaching the participants a lot of the techniques that we use in our own sessions. We're
Right.
not teaching you hypnosis, but we're teaching you techniques. And I was so impressed with how the people at by the end of the weekend, because it was a long weekend, pretty much, what, 3 to 4 days, they were
Memorial.
doing sessions already. It was amazing, and everybody got to have a session. And Antonio and I both, did sessions for them when we needed to jump in there. So that was the beautiful part of it, is that everybody got to participate as one asking questions, as the person receiving the information. They got through a lot of issues. And what was beautiful is that at the beginning we asked people what their expectations are of the class, and by the time they finished, boy, they didn't
Yeah.
realize what they were really there for. That was the amazing part, is like, oh my God, I came here for this, but what I got from it was amazing. So I was I was so impressed with the workshop myself. Even, we did it, but I was so
I was
impressed
too.
with how the people, what they got from it. It was just phenomenal. It really was phenomenal. And what's great about it is that, we're not teaching hypnosis. It's not about doing a career. It's about really working on your own issues. We all have issues.
Right.
We all
Right.
have issues. We all
Right.
have issues we have to work on.
Right. And before we continue, let me remind you, Alba, I don't know if you want to copy the link of this live on your Facebook page.
I
I
did.
don't know if you did it.
I
You did it?
did.
Okay. Awesome.
It's already done. Yeah. Been there,
Awesome.
done that.
So,
Hello,
so,
B
so,
from the UK.
be there from UK. Beautiful
Yeah.
heart. So, how is it that we came up with the idea of the workshop? We noticed that a few people that joined the introspective hypnosis course didn't really want to practice. They wanted to use the technique on themselves or heal themselves through the practice, through the demo sessions. But their intention was not to practice hypnosis. So we came up with the idea: why don't we do a workshop where people just work on their own issues, right? And we kind of created a diagram and the flow of the workshop, how it should be, and I knew it was going to be good, but even I was surprised of what happened. This type of
Hmm.
workshop, um, we work in groups, and it's a retreat, so we're all day together, uh, sharing experiences, healing, and we're going to give you some of the techniques that we use in introspective hypnosis, so that you can help the members of your group, because we put you in groups. At the end of the workshop, you're going to feel different. We guarantee you that you're going to feel different. But not only
Yeah.
that, you're going to, as you're taking notes, you're going to use those tools to help the people you know, family, relatives, and friends. You can use that too. It's not a full blown session, but as I always say, you don't really need to go into a deep trance or know all these tools to help somebody, right? Uh, what else, Alba? What am I missing?
Well, that's it. You're going to see how quickly we can get to an issue without going into a trance, without getting any background information. We go right to it, and you will learn those techniques. And what's great about this workshop is that you could bring your spouse, you could bring your best friend, you could bring your sister, your brother, your cousins. You could actually. you could bring family members with you so that you don't feel like you're by yourself. And both of you're not going to be working together. We're going to be separating you, but
Right.
when you leave there, you'll have a lot to discuss with each other. So that's what's really nice about it. We had some mother and daughter teams that were there. We had some brothers that were there.
Hmm.
Uh, so it was really nice to see them working separately, but at the end, they both got something from it.
Yeah,
So
and
we want to. Oh,
what's in,
do you guys have any questions about it?
yeah, because what it was interesting is that some of the people that attended the workshop decided to take the introspective hypnosis course. And even
Yeah.
one of the ones that took introspective hypnosis decided to take past life therapy. So if you are not sure if this is what you want to do, I guess the workshop is a great introduction.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll get to hear how we do things, and we'll work with you. We'll work with
Yeah.
you the whole weekend. So it's not something that you just go there and we're just going to talk. You actually are working the whole time, which is nice.
Right. And every day we do a presentation. So we talked about soul entrapment. We talked about the symptoms of the soul. We talked about the soul in the womb and how all of that
Hmm.
can be affecting us now.
Yeah.
And based on that, then we give you tools to start working in groups, and it's amazing.
Hmm. It
Good.
is.
There are no
It is.
questions.
Well, we caught them at a strange time. Maybe they're eating at
Is
this time, or they're in
still,
transit. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So what do
It's
you?
good.
Anne asked the question here. If you want to pull that up, Antonio, it says
Looking for.
Antonio's. This is a new system for him, so we kind of playing with it.
Here's
So Anne
Anne's
asked,
question.
what are some of the areas that people are working on at the sessions? Do you recall any of the
Everything.
areas?
Some areas. What do you mean
Yeah.
by
Well,
areas?
I- I'll 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 bring one up that I remember was someone who was having issues with a spouse at the time. Um, they didn't know why why they were having issues with this spouse, and what they could do about it. And went to a past life, and it really made them understand what was going on in this life. Sometimes what happens, and this happened to me in my lifetime. um, we have a lifetime in which perhaps we're not very nice to our loved one, and we do bad things to them. So when we come back, we then have to endure what we did to them, and that's the karma, that's the balancing of
Love,
what
cause and
what
effect.
happened in that lifetime. And then you have to get to a point where you can forgive yourself for what you did in that lifetime and what you're doing in this lifetime, because when you're in this lifetime, you're also fighting back, and you don't realize that, hey, you chose this lesson to understand how you made them feel. And once you understand that, everything seems to just balance out, and it's all good. So and that's why it's all about understanding the consequences and forgiving, and just seeing things from a different perspective. So there are things that you may think are silly issues, and they could be pretty big in your life, tripping you up. Some people have issues with finances, for example. They never seem to get ahead in life, and they're like, why me? Why can't I get ahead? Why does everybody else have everything that that they want, and I can't get it? Well, it could be that they were a monk in a different lifetime, and they
Right.
decided to have, not that they decided, but they did a vow of poverty in that life, and that was forever. So it could be something as simple as a vow of poverty, or a person who can't get a partner. Nobody ever, and it could be a vow of chastity.
Hmm.
Maybe you were a nun in a different lifetime and swore off intimate relationships. And now in this lifetime, it's like, why can't I ever find a partner? So
Right.
these are some of the areas that people
So,
deal with. And they're simple. They're really simple.
right. So, what can affect us while we're incarnated, right? Number one, soul entrapment, and this could be issues from past lives, right? We bring symptoms. What else? Since our spirit, our soul, doesn't understand time, promise, vows, pacts, what else? Curses. All of that's still valid, and this is going to affect us. What else? Um, we can also be trapped in our time in the womb, and we start making decisions in the womb. As a matter of fact, my book is going to be released soon. The soul in the womb.
Yeah.
We start making decisions in the womb. I mean, in the womb there's a fetus, but that fetus has a soul that is connected to it, and the soul had many lives and issues and brings its own lessons, right? So based on what the
Yeah.
mother is experiencing, that soul in that baby starts making decisions, and we're born, we forget about it, and we were programmed in the womb. What else?
Yeah.
um, Lost souls. We can have energies attached to vibrational field, and they could be causing some interference, and we start feeling what they were feeling when they died, and it's confusing because we don't understand why we're feeling that way. So there are many things
Hmm.
that can be affecting us now. Now, most of the time when people come for sessions, I don't know if this happens with your clients, Alba, most of the issues come from childhood. um, you don't have the family, or we don't have the family that we deserve. We have the family that we need in order to evolve. And when we're born in those families, we're gonna go through some lessons. And as
Hmm.
we go through those lessons, we're going to suffer. Suffering is actually a tool for evolution. When you understand suffering, then you accept that lesson with love, because you know that it's going to take you to the next level, right? And the example I give is, imagine Mike Tyson, training to be world champion, getting up at 5 in the morning, exercising, doing diet, back to the gym and lift weight. So he is actually, the body is suffering, he's suffering, but he understands that that is needed for him to go to the next level. Try to use the same program of exercise and diet to somebody that is lazy. Wake them up at 5 in the morning. Oh no, why? Let me sleep a little bit more. Exercise. No, no, that hurts. My body is sore. You have to diet. No, chocolate is so good. The difference is understanding that suffering is a tool to get to the next level, right? And that's what we go through in our life.
I call it a boot camp. Life is kind of like a boot camp.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that is about the workshop, right? Again, if you're interested, join us in the Netherlands. Just being at Samaya, it's an experience. Just spending time
Samaya is
together at
amazing.
Samaya, it's amazing. Samaya was a
Samaya is a
convent.
beautiful place.
Yeah,
Hmm.
was a convent, and it keeps the energy of the convent. Very nice. And the owner,
Okay.
Tonya and Michael, very nice. Let's see. There's one comment.
The From Anne, she says, "Thank you, Alvin Antonio, for answering my question. Will you be offering the class in the U.S. soon?" And it says, "Antonio, I
Mm,
will be purchasing your book." Well, thank you, Anne.
oh, thank you. So
Mm-hmm.
we have a class, our next class together. If you're talking about taking a class with both of us, it's gonna be in May next year. Or if you want to travel
That is,
to the Netherlands, that's October this year.
yeah. But she's asking about the. Well, I don't know if she's actually. asking about the workshop or the class. There's two
She
different
says
things.
class.
With, yeah, we have the workshop, which is the Encounter with Your Soul workshop, and then we have the introspective hypnosis class, and we'll be talking about that next. We don't have anything planned at this moment for an Encounter with Your Soul workshop in the U.S. as of now. We have to see how it
Yeah.
goes um, in the Netherlands, if there's any interest in it, because one of the things that is very difficult for us is when we put together a workshop like this, we have to pay for it
We sign
way
an
in advance.
agreement.
And so, yeah, we sign an agreement, we sign a contract, and we have to pay for it. And a lot of people decide that they're going to wait until the last minute. And if we don't get enough people by the time we have to pay, we have to cancel that workshop.
Right.
So that's what happened to the workshop in the US, is that people were waiting too long to make a decision and actually signing up. And that's the same thing
Yeah.
with the Netherlands too. If we don't get the amount of people that we're looking for, it'll have to be canceled.
Right.
And we don't want to cancel it because we know how amazing these classes are and workshops. So if you're looking to go to it, make a decision real quick, because we need to know that we it's okay for us to invest our time and our money in it. Okay.
And that's why we give the option of the deposit, right? So I'm going to piggyback on what you said and explain this. When we do these courses and retreats, we don't do this at hotels. Bon Secours, which is where we do it in Maryland, is not a hotel, it's a retreat place, same as
Yeah.
Amaya. So I cannot just cancel and ask for my money back. We sign an agreement and we say we calculate more or less how many rooms we're going to use. And we say, okay, we need this many rooms. We sign a contract and we need to pay for that. Either you attend or you don't, we are responsible for that, right?
Yeah.
And
So
since
please
COVID,
please let us know.
yeah, since COVID, it changed the way people book for these events. They want to wait until the last
Mhm.
minute. But here's the problem: as the date approaches and we don't have enough people, we either reduce the number of rooms, or like what happened in the workshop we were supposed to have in September, we just canceled it because
Yeah.
we didn't get anybody. I think
Yeah.
nobody, or maybe one.
Ask us another question so we can answer you. We know people have questions for us.
Yep.
So let's talk about what happens in the class anyway, while we're waiting for a question.
What
The
are questions?
introspective hypnosis class is very intense. So the people who come to these classes are either people who have absolutely no idea about how to do anything in hypnosis, nothing, like zero, zero, nothing. They've never done anything before. They just maybe have watched a few videos or a
Mm-hmm.
lot of videos, and they're kind of scared because they don't know anything about it. And so there are also people who are hypnotherapists that come and they want to learn new techniques. There's also
Right.
a lot of QHHT practitioners that are doing sessions, but they want to up their game, get a few more skills so that they can then start doing sessions a different way. So
Mm-hmm.
we get a variety of people in our class. And so what happens is that we start with the basics, absolute basics.
Yep.
Everybody's equal in the class when it starts, and you don't have to know anything. You're basically taking notes and listening. And um, the first day or two, people are still kind of their heads reeling, but they're getting to know people in the class. There's a lot of exercises that we do with each other, like we pair them up, and people are doing
Mm-hmm.
exercises together. So as a subject is taught, you get to practice. Okay.
Right.
And yeah, You have any ideas about that, Antonio?
Well, yes, it's important to mention again that if you don't need to have any knowledge of experience, you don't need to have any experience. You just need to have the desire of helping others, right?
Yes.
We'll teach you
Yep.
hypnosis from the very basics. There are some people that already know all the techniques, but everybody's new to introspective hypnosis. And every class is
Correct.
different, and we feel how every group is, because every group is different, and we go at a different level depending on what that group needs. I mean,
Yeah.
nobody's left behind. And I was thinking
Yeah.
about this the other day, Alba. You know how AI is taking the world now. You do everything with AI. I was looking at the
I don't
presentation
do
from
anything with AI.
Apple. Oh, let me tell you, now if I want to put subtitles and translate them, I can use AI, and I do it in 20 minutes. Something that would take me a day and a half, right? And I was looking at a video where workers were complaining, workers from Amazon, I think, because robots were taking over their jobs. We're blessed to be
Hmm.
doing what we do because nobody can replace us. We need to work with the soul. A robot is not gonna work with your soul. It doesn't matter
Hmm.
if you get to the age to retire. I will never retire. As long as I can move my lips, I can facilitate sessions. You will
That's
never
right.
become obsolete. Nobody will let you go because you're old and you have younger people with more experience. This is the opposite. The older you get and the more time you have practicing this, the more experience you get. Difficult to replace.
Yeah.
So we can be doing this, Alba, for us as long
And
as we
there's
can, really.
and
That's what I
there's
expect.
there's no age limit as to when you could start. Listen, I started learning hypnosis at 57. And when a lot of my classmates from school were retiring, I was just starting a new career. And I got asked the question the other day, do you plan to retire? I can't see myself retiring. This is for me a
Right.
pleasure. This is an absolute pleasure for me. And I'm helping people, and I'm helping people from all over the world. There's no boundaries as to where I can work. There are some hypnosis techniques where you can only do it in person, and you've got the world at your fingertips. Like right
We do this
now,
online.
we're doing this online, and you could do this online too. So, for those of you who are hesitant because you don't know if you can learn something like this, why not? This is something that will help you and help others. And I would not go into this to help your family because that's not what this is for. Our worst clients are our family members. That's
Yes.
something we teach in our class. Uh, you need to use somebody else, but when there are some times where you will meet people. I'll give you an example of the other day. I was getting excuse me, my car fixed, and mechanic just happened to ask me, "So what is it that you do?" And this is what I told him. I told him, I do hypnotherapy. He was blown away. He says, I want to get a session." So my mechanic.
Right. And um, don't take us wrong. This is not about the money. And I will always say it. If your only motivation to be doing this is just to make money, it is not going to work. We work with the
Yeah,
soul, and we work with light. I know we're being assisted by light beings. And if the
yeah,
motivation is just the money, it is not going to work. I've seen
yeah,
people that took the course that were desperate for making money because that was their goal, fail
yeah.
miserably. It is not about the money.
Yeah, and this is something that I think, if you know me and you know Antonio, uh, it comes through, loud and clear. This is not for us to, make money. We have to make our bills. We have to pay our bills, and this is our this is the way we make it, but not where you ask for an astronomical amount for a session. So Marlene says, I'm currently taking the online introspective hypnosis class with Antonio, and I most definitely recommend it to anyone who is interested in learning hypnosis from scratch. Thank you, Marlene.
Thank you, Marlene. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Good. Yeah, we are with
So,
that class. We just finished day 3 of the 6 days.
so you're right in the middle.
Right in the
Thank you
middle.
for that comment.
Thank
Has
you.
anybody else here who's listening taken the class or are interested? Takes a while for people to
Let's see.
come back. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a few seconds delay. That's normal.
Yeah, yeah.
So
This is an interesting system here, Antonio.
it's very nice, right?
Yeah, it's
Every time
cool.
I buy an
It's
equipment,
cool.
camera, microphone, software, I call Alba, tell her, buy it, right? Are you still doing that or
Well,
not?
I haven't bought you. No, I haven't bought your microphone. I have no need for it.
This microphone is good.
Um, yeah.
So
This microphone is good too. Yeah,
doesn't need a
Antonio,
microphone.
Antonio and I kind of
Need it.
grew up together. For those of you who don't know our story, Antonio and I met 10 years ago in the Dolores Cannon's QHHT level 2 class. That's how we met. And um, we started talking after that every day, almost every day. So for the last over 10 years now, no, it's actually 10 years now, Antonio, because I think the
10
actual
years we
class was in
met.
June.
Yeah.
So 10 years ago, we met and we started talking. And we've been kind of growing up together with hypnosis. We started with the QHHT, and then we uh, met Aurelio Mejia and learned his technique. And then Antonio learned some other stuff. And then I went to hypnotherapy school. And then we got trained by Jose Luis Kabuli. So we've been on this path together. He's like my brother. And during our as as siblings do, we kind of fight with each other, because we have difference of opinions on certain things, and it's kind of
Yes.
entertaining. But that's how
Yeah.
that's how it is with us, and
Like
that's what's fun about taking the
like
class
like,
with
like
us.
real siblings, right? We agree, we disagree, we argue, we fight.
Yeah, yeah, in front of everybody, and so people who know Antonio kind of understand what he's saying, and then people who know me kind of understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying, and we agree to disagree, and we duke it out in every class verbally, and it's fun. Sometimes I'm not in the mood, but he does it anyway. He brings up subjects that I don't agree with, and vice versa.
Right.
So
Right.
in the class,
And
you kind of see a little
oh,
bit
and
of
says that she
each,
has
you know?
taken the class in April, and
Oh,
she would 100% recommend taking the course,
thank
right?
you, Anne.
And
Thank
thank
you.
you. And Yolanda says she's interested.
Jolanda, where are you from? Where are you located? Just interested. Because she didn't say where she was from. I don't know if she's local in or US or she's in Europe. So for those of you who are in Europe, this is an absolute perfect place. You're in the Netherlands. If you're in the UK, you could
Right.
actually take the train over,
Yeah.
um, and get to. We've taken the train from London, right, Antonio? That was a few years ago.
Yeah, it was nice.
So and oh, Jolanda's in the Netherlands. Perfect. So she's close. So this is a retreat, which means you would sleep at Samaya and eat with us 3 fantastic meals a day. The chef is unbelievable. The meals are organic, vegetarian,
Yes.
and out of this world. The chef comes out every evening and tells us what what it is that we're eating, and it is absolutely amazing food. So really,
Yes.
it's amazing. The
So
food is
it's
great.
experience, and speaking a little bit about introspective hypnosis, I really like the technique because it combines different techniques. It allows us to be flexible during the session. You're gonna learn a lot of tools to deal with events from this life. Because if you learn
Mm-hmm.
past life regression, what are you going to do when your client goes to an event from childhood? If you think
Yep.
the romantic way of having a past life regression, oh, my client is going to go to a past life and understand that he was a king and blah, blah, blah. That doesn't happen that way. Some clients go to childhood to very traumatic memories. And if that
Yep.
happens, what are you going to do? Get your client out of a trance and say, I'm sorry, that's not what I do. So introspective hypnosis gives you all the tools to deal with events from this life, traumatic events, events in the womb. This is very important. In my opinion, Alba, any technique that does not consider the time in the womb in the therapy is not complete. Many people,
I
many of my
agree with
clients,
you.
yeah, all they needed to do was go to the womb and resolve the issue there. That was it, right?
Correct.
You're going to learn how to help lost souls, not how to take them away. This is not an exorcism. How to help them with love and affection, right? You're going to
Mm-hmm.
learn how to navigate past lives, but in the therapeutic way, not explore past lives. So it's two different ways of doing it. And most importantly, introspective hypnosis allow me to project my essence, who I am. Well, not only me, it can allow you to project your essence because we're working with our client's soul and we connect soul to soul. And that's what the clients feel.
Yeah. 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 Getting back to the womb is something that we did was not included in the class, the previous introspective hypnosis classes. So if you took a class in 2018, anywhere up to 2022, I think maybe. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know when you started teaching it. The womb is a very, very important technique because many people when they're in the womb and their parents are going through issues, they're absorbing all of that and they're making decisions as to how they're going to navigate through their lives. And it's really amazing how all of a sudden the dots are connected. I mean, it happened in my own back to the womb session. I realized, what I took on from my mom and dad and all the things that were happening. Um, you know, I was born during a hurricane, so
Hmm.
so a lot of stuff was going on in my house when I was ready to come out, and I was not about to come out during a hurricane. So uh, you find out a lot of stuff and you realize you act a certain way because of it. So it's a very important technique and it has resolved a lot of issues with my clients. Just and some of them just automatically go back to the womb immediately as soon as we start the session. Boom, they're in the womb by themselves. So it's really interesting. Oh, you've got
The video playing.
a little video up. I see.
That was our last
So this
course in Maryland.
This is our last class in Maryland. That's right. And we have beautiful people there. They were just lovely. Look at those folks. They were all so happy.
Hmm.
And this is, yeah, they practice all of the techniques.
Hmm. You see how she goes into a
Yeah, look at that.
trance as well,
Yep.
and that's
And
when they start practicing.
during that during that class, there are demo sessions that are done so that people can see how we use all of the techniques. Yeah, that was
Look
a
at those
really nice
faces,
class.
smiling.
Hmm.
The food is good too at
That was a
Bouncy
great
Fruits.
room too.
great room, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and you have the hospitality rooms, coffee, refreshments available. Those are the
Yeah,
demo
your volume is a
sessions.
bit low, Antonio.
My volume?
Yeah, it went down. I don't know why. Yeah, that was Bond Secures.
Okay, one, two, three, testing. Better?
Yeah, much better, much better. That's better. There we
Okay,
go.
good.
Yeah, it was a beautiful, beautiful. Every class, we really, it's like we fall in love with all of the students. They're really so amazing and they pour their heart out for us. And, it's raw and, what happens there stays there. So people feel very safe
Right.
and it's nice. It's nice,
Right. At the
as
end
it
of the
should be.
course, is not the end. It's the beginning of our relationship as colleagues. And we have the mentoring group. So once you finish the course, you are not by yourself. And the mentoring group, we get together over Zoom once a month for 2 hours plus. I give you access to a platform where you can post your questions. And it's, of course, you have other members answering, but I'm there all the time. And if you were not able
Yeah,
to attend the live mentoring, you're going to have the recording, so you'll get the support that
there
you
you
need.
go.
Right.
Hmm.
And the class in the Netherlands is October 20th to 25th, 6 days.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a week later than the workshop. So we have the workshop for October 11th to the 14th, and then we
You
have
get
the
to
class.
celebrate my birthday with me there. So that's the
Yeah,
introspective hypnosis. And yeah, so
you're
the other
going
one
to
is, what'd you say?
you're going to spend your birthday out of the country for the second time.
Uh,
I had to force
and the
you to
last
do it.
time.
And the
And the
last
last
time?
time. Yes,
Okay.
that's the last time. So, anyway, I think this has been long enough. I really appreciate all of you who have, um, you know,
Yes.
spoken
That's
with
Anne
us
again.
and submitted questions. And yeah, thank you. And
Thank you for your
maybe you want to
comments.
go to the Netherlands. Yeah, maybe you want to meet us there. A lot of people will just want to go to the Netherlands for the class just because they want to go to the Netherlands, and it's a
Right.
beautiful place. So, um, you know,
So from the
it's
airport, you
nice.
can get a train and you get close to Samaya and then you get a taxi. You don't need to
That's
rent a
right.
car or
Yeah.
anything like that.
No,
Is
no. And don't rent a taxi from Amsterdam either. Antonio
is
learned
it?
that the hard way.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No
Yeah.
comments.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, are we done?
We're done. So again, for those that well, just follow what I'm going to do in the next few months, because the two of us is gonna be October and May next year. In my case, as I was
Right.
saying, I'm going to finish introspective hypnosis course this week. I'm traveling to Peru for a workshop in Cusco in August, and then a
In
course.
Spanish.
That's Spanish, right? In August in
Hmm.
Spanish, a course in Lima. September San Jose so far, and
San
then
Jose,
I'll travel to
California.
California. Right, right. If you're
Yes.
thinking about attending San Jose, please register with a deposit. I need to know how many people will attend. I really want to make this happen. You know.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
anything else you want to say before we disconnect, Alba?
No, I want to thank all of you for taking the time and being with us here today because it's always nice to reach out and dialogue with you, and even though it's on chat, but it's always nice to feel that we are making a difference, and we want to make a difference in other people's lives, like it was like our lives have been changed, and be able to, give this to you. Um, it's something, this type of work is so special, and we feel it's such a spiritual thing. And for those of you who are on the journey of a spiritual awakening, this is a beautiful way to segue into another type of work instead of the type of work that you may be doing now. So, or you may be adding it to what you're doing. So, we do this from our heart, and we really would like more people to join us. So Anne,
Yes.
we hope that you will join us in the Netherlands. That would be
Yes.
great.
Thank you.
All
Again,
right.
just being at Samaya is great.
Just being there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just the atmosphere is fantastic.
Right.
So consider it. It's really nice. And we'll be posting stuff. I'll post stuff on Facebook and on my Facebook
Yeah.
page. And Antonio, if you follow him, he'll have stuff too. So
Right.
just go to my
But
page.
by the way, whenever we finish our work and the workshop for the day, at least I don't go to my room to sleep. I want to stay and keep connecting, talking, sharing experiences, sharing knowledge. So you'll spend time with us.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah. That's
But
it.
thank you again. I
All
want to
right.
thank everybody that was
Thank you.
present. Until next time.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.